Well, the Carnegie Public Library is one of 11 buildings in Beltrami County on the National Register of Historic Places. And for this week's In Focus, Jamil Doneth shows us the opening of the Beltrami County Historical Society's exhibit looking back at this historic building's beginning.
After more than 100 years standing, the Bemidji Carnegie Public Library is making headlines again as community members fight to restore it.
It means more to the community than being just a building.
But in order to preserve this building for the future, it's important to know its past. And the Beltrami County Historical Society's exhibit, Bemidji's Carnegie, is doing just that.
Just looking at these pictures, you can see the history that has gone in front of this building.
I've always been interested in history, so I'm, staying tuned to see what we can do to save the building.
Philanthropist Andrew Carnegie funded nearly 1,700 public libraries in the United States and many more across the globe, fully dedicated to providing free education to all.
He had the money and believed in that vision as well, that books and learning should be available to everybody.
Carnegie donated around $15,000 to the city of Bemidji, and on May 10, 1910, the Carnegie Public Library opened.
The library sat about what you see today.
It was just a building that was always demanded a tremendous amount of respect.
The Carnegie Public Library also served nursing homes, hospital patients, and in World War II it was used as a war information center. In '61 it outgrew itself and a new library was opened downtown. And after that it became the social welfare office, then went on to become the Headwaters School of Arts and Music. And now its current tenant is the Bemidji Community Arts Center.
It's had a tenant in it of some sort all its life, which is one of the reasons why it's in such good shape.
Aside from its intentional uses, community members say the Carnegie was the center of many activities in Bemidji.
That's why the Historical Society got involved in wanting to preserve something that's been part of Bemidji's history for so long.
So no matter what its purpose, for those who grew up in Bemidji, the Carnegie history and the city's history are one and the same.
It means a lot from a historical standpoint for Bemidji, but it also is near and dear to people's hearts. I mean, if you grew up here, that building has been there for as long as you can remember.
And the Historical Society says they will keep the exhibit until enough money is raised to keep the Carnegie and its history intact. For this week's In Focus, Jamil Doneth, Lakeland News.
A lot of history there. The Beltrami County Historical Society is collecting donations for the Save the Carnegie Library Fund while the exhibit is at the History Center.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.